I actually met Mark through the Pinnacle Society. And this past fall, actually, we sat together at dinner and I'd seen him present there in the past, but he really impressed me, honestly, just like even just in a casual setting of getting to know him. And I was at a point where I had purchased the business 2 years ago. And so I was trying to figure myself out. What am I doing with this? And didn't have a lot of strategy, frankly. So I was kind of just running with it as I always have. I just, I think of it as I was just always just kind of sprinting and had a lot of success, I guess, in that effort, but with little strategy behind it. So I was getting ready to really start thinking about ways to level up, at least in how I approached my business. And Mark seemed like the great, like just a great fit for that process. Well, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact we were so busy that I wasn't giving myself time to think about how to run a business. I've never seen myself as a business person. Always seen myself as a headhunter, as a recruiter, and a pretty good one, if I say so. But I didn't have that business mind of how to look at my business and really start thinking about where I wanted to take it. And I needed to have somebody to really ground me and start considering ways of doing things better, doing things more efficiently, just kind of thinking in a more broader, more strategic fashion for my group. And we're a tiny team. But I really wanted to think about, hey, where do I want to take this? I'm still figuring that out. But I think it was great to have it's still great to have a group that really helps lift you up and think about things differently, which I was missing. A lot of my success have been more in the back office. I'll be honest. I think the revenue is coming because I've only been doing this since January. So yeah, our billings are fine, but it's one of those where a lot of I was already billing at a fairly high level. So this has been more about refining how we do our business development process, just kind of leveling up our game a little bit. So everything from, just fine tuning marketing collateral or thinking through our process has been a game changer for me because really allowing me to actually speak coherently when I'm pitching myself to new clients. We've actually gained some new clients as a result of it. And it's been exciting because it's kind of making me think about who do I want to target in my market and how to best leverage what I do and what I enjoy doing and be competitive and play against some of the bigger players. Since we're a small shop, sometimes we go against these bigger players. And I needed to fine tune how I was both presenting myself in my conversations, but also with any collateral that, companies inevitably ask for. So it was nice to have really kind of to think through what I do in my day to day and showing the value of what we provide. There's been a lot of value. Something that's probably made just a really direct impact was the 12-week AI program. That was huge for me, honestly. I'm not known to being the most tech savvy person out there. I was told not even to stand next to a fax machine because it would probably go awry. So for me to be going in on this AI side of things has been really helpful. And I think it was a program that really got me up to speed on what's out there and how to best apply it to our day-to-day business. And it didn't matter that I was so basically in the dark in a lot of things leading up to that moment. I actually impress my clients now and my friends, frankly. People are like, how do you know all this stuff? And I'm like, I don't know. But it's been a real game changer for me. I think it's a scary thing to take a leap on, right? Like you don't really know who to trust and who to lean into. And I think a lot of times as business owners, and I'm essentially a solopreneur with a couple support staff, right? Like that's how a lot of it is. I have 2 recruiters, business development types that work with me, but a lot of it falls on me. You don't have anybody to turn to. It was really, I wish I'd done this 2 years ago when I first bought the business so that I could be a lot further along now than I am. I think timing's everything. So you got to do it when it's the right time. But I wish I had done it 2 years ago. And I would just say do it because getting the feedback from people who know a lot, hear a lot, who get to know you really well over the process and know where you're at and do it without judgment. that's it's just a great feedback loop that you can really get into. And then on top of all that, you kind of join a community as well. So it's great to meet other recruiters globally that are doing what you're doing and to be able to learn from them. And I was missing that before because I just didn't have anybody around me. It was me, right? In my office, just chugging away. So it was really great to actually have both support from Mark and his team, but also to have that greater community that's part of it. And to be able to learn from people in the UK and Europe, all across the US, and then really learn from each other and do it in a way where we're all trying to lift each other up, not just kind of be at each other's backs, right? So it's been a great experience. So do it, right? Is what I would say.